Teranitus the Tranquil by Chris and Cliff. Teranitus was the first dinosaur upon the planet Eorth, created with all the other dinosaurs by Omnia. The dinosaurs, and noticeably the Triceratops, existed peacefully with all of the other beasts of the field. They lived on the central plains, deep in the south, separate from the humans and their offspring. Omnia wanted the dinosaurs to experience life on their own, set apart from the population centers of the planet. He gifted the dinosaurs with the ability to speak. They were truly wondrous. Omnia brought forth the first created dinosaur, who was born as an adult alpha male of his species. Teranitus stood at 12 feet tall, being 33 feet long and weighing 18,000 pounds, along with 3 other towering Triceratops.
"My thanks to you, All-Father, for my incredible existence. I truly treasure it,"
exclaimed the grateful Triceratops.
"It is my privilege and honor to do so. I name thee Teranitus,
and I have faith in thee to lead us the other Triceratops, not to mention mentoring over the other dinosaurs. I go now to oversee the humans and noble werewolves. Farewell." It was shortly after this profound act of creating the dinosaurs that Omnia purged the residual chaos within him, and it had subsequently manifested into evil entities within the center of the planet. The core of Eorth soon became known as the Dreaded Zone, where all evil and chaos dwelt. This would prove to be a problem later down the road. Omnia then split into Omnia Orient and Omnia Occident to govern each hemisphere of the planet. Both Omnias agreed to let the dinosaurs develop on their own, for they were mighty. Thus it was time to look after the humans and werewolves, their main duty. Omnia Orient would govern the Eastern Realm, and Omnia Occident would govern the Western Realm simultaneously. Their minds were linked at all times. The dual deities conversed with one another concerning matters at hand. But for the meantime, Teranitus looked upon the other 3 Triceratops. First was Terrakina, a female of the species, Terrajix, a male almost as large as Teranitus, and Terrasuis, another loving female. These 4 begat more of their kind until an ample amount of Triceratops existed. Teranitus was naturally selected to be their leader. He decided to name the enclave that the Triceratops resided in Triceratops Park. It was a beautiful area the 3-horned dinosaurs made their home, replete with an abundance of delicious produce.
"We will prove to be great leaders. I need you 3 by my side to govern. The dual deities have placed faith in us. Let's not disappoint them. What sayest thou?"
proclaimed Teranitus.
"Aye, let us praise them as we progress the quest."
The other 3 bellowed in unison, raising their horns in salute to Teranitus, and by extension the All-Fathers. Teranitus grew into his role as clan leader, becoming wise and benevolent. The other Triceratops truly treasured the tremendous talent of Teranitus, as he ushered in a period of health and wellness for the clan. The love for the clan leader was something to behold. Teranitus was that inspirational, that moving with his exquisite excellence. Teranitus and his clan interacted peacefully with other clans of dinosaurs, including the Brachiosaurus clan, the Tyrannosaurus clan, the Stegosaurus clan, the Spinosaurus clan, the Velociraptor clan, the Diplodocus clan, and so on and so forth. The different clans would trade various commodities, with Triceratops Park designated as a meeting place, being smack dab in the center of the dinosaur realm. Even the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex clan, paid homage to Teranitus and the Triceratops clan.
You are what is best in dinosaurs, a strong yet compassionate leader. Your wisdom and savvy at commerce between the clans is a marvel to witness. I tip my tooth to you, O great Teranitus,
thundered Trekrox, leader of the Tyrannosaurus clan. Not too long after that important meeting, Teranitus noticed a strange dinosaur wander into his lands. It was a juvenile Apatosaurus, one of the lesser-known clans, for they had mostly kept to themselves. The Apatosaurus was named Argillus. He had been a little too adventurous one day, and travelled all the way into Triceratops Park.
Welcome to Triceratops Park. We have an incredible supply of delicious fruits and vegetables to eat, provided by the dual deities. The watermelons especially are quite scrumptious,
stated Teranitus. Much gratitude unto you. I lost my family and I would love to be part of yours. I hope we can become best of friends. I'm looking forward to trying all the delightful fare available. We Apatosauruses have an ample appetite, announced Argillus. Teranitus and his Triceratops family had accepted Argillus as one of their own. Terracina and Terrasuis mothered him, providing a nurturing environment. Teranitus was, of course, like a father figure, a mentor to the young Apatosaurus. Teranitus and Argillus spent hours every day frolicking with each other. The other Triceratops exclaimed to one another how tranquil Teranitus was when dealing with the excitable young dinosaur. Argillus would always be in the mix of any and all clan activities. The Apatosaurus was aptly named the Alacritus. Argillus was so quick and eager for all endeavours, especially at dinner time. Teranitus and Argillus were strapping specimens. Although Argillus was still a juvenile Apatosaurus, being only 10 feet tall, 30 feet long, and only 14,000 pounds, but the ambitious Apatosaurus was quite affable. A couple of years after Argillus had grown to his fullness of 75 feet long, 15 feet tall, and 32 tons, the bond between Teranitus and Argillus grew ever stronger. The Apatosaurus even thought of himself as an honorary Triceratops, and he was accepted as such. Teranitus and Argillus were looking forward to spending many more years together in friendship, but alas, this was not to be, for tragedy was about to strike the Triceratops Park. A truly dark day dawned, as Trogash the Tormentor and the three terrors, Benmore, Jezkul and Castrix, suddenly came upon the Triceratops clan. The four terrors had been the foul beings to manifest from Omnia's purging. They were evil incarnate. Many tunnels existed that connected the dreaded zone to the surface of the planet. These tunnels would prove most useful throughout time for the chaotic. Therefore the evil invaders issued forth from a nearby cave system, connected to the dreaded zone with undead Apatosauruses trailing behind them. Argillus's former family. Jezkul, with one of the four terrors, was a heinous necromancer. Jezkul, being the third terror, cast foul sorcery upon the dead of Eorth, bringing back the deceased from their graveyard sleep. After slaying Argillus's hapless family, Jezkul raised them as undead abominations. The Triceratops and Argillus tried to resist these horrific harbingers of hatred, but the four terrors were much too powerful. They killed many, as they also unleashed the massive undead Apatosauruses, killing many Triceratops and subduing the others. Trogash performed foul sorcery upon Teranitus and his family, transmogrifying them into wicked mutated versions of themselves. It was truly creation through corruption, as Teranitus the Tranquil ceased to exist, and a new wicked being was born.
I name thee Teragron the Terrible. You shall be my mount, my ever-constant companion of chaos. Together we will wreak havoc upon the lawful, shouted Trogash.
The first Triceratops underwent a horrific transformation. His eyes turned from amber to jet black, his skin from a rich tan to dark grey. His skin hardened to an incredible density, and he mutated into a much stronger, robust version of himself. But as he became Teragron, all goodness and virtue fled from his soul.
I thank you, my lord, for this wondrous transformation. I feel evil running through my veins, bolstering me with malignant magnificence,
roared Teragron. The next foremost three Triceratops, Terracina, Terragix, and Terrasuise, were turned into mounts for the other three terrors, and Jezkul returned the undead Apatosauruses to their natural state, having no further need for the gigantic brutes. Shortly thereafter, Trogash commanded Teragron and his transformed pack to kill and eat their former friend Argilus. The terrifying Triceratops and his troops totally did so, as he was now extremely evil and carnivorous. For the top tyrant had turned all of the Triceratops into bloodthirsty carnivores. Thus a calamity commenced, the consumption of living flesh. Argilus screamed in agony as he was eaten alive, his defence mattering not as a pack of evil Triceratops assailed him. Even though he was quite huge compared to the Triceratops, they constantly gored and bit him with vicious vehemence. The accosted Apatosaurus wailed in abject misery, falling to his knees and begging for mercy from his former foremost friend.
"Teranitus, please don't do this. You were like a father to me,"
screamed Argilus in extreme pain. However, Teranitus was no more, replaced by the vile villain that was Teragron the Terrible, and mercy was a foreign concept to the foul Teragron.
Ah, mercy is for the weak. My new lord, Trogash, has made me strong. Die, scum!
Bellowed the transmogrified Triceratops. The terrifying Triceratops continued his aggressive assault on his old ally, as Argilus was anathema to him now. Argilus, bleeding from a myriad of wounds, wept at the pernicious pain, and especially the egregious betrayal as he eventually succumbed to his wounds. Argilus slumped to the ground in death, his tongue hanging out as he entered the sleep of the deceased. Teragron ate every morsel of flesh from his former friend, save the head. This was put on a spike by Trogash, as all of the evil dinosaurs howled in wicked glee at this grisly display. The tragic transformation of Teranitus the Tranquil into Teragron the Terrible was now complete.
"Teragron, let us strike terror into the hearts of the lawful. Our first target will be the systematic and complete subjugation of the other dinosaur clans. Then we will unleash precise strikes on the farmlands that support the capital of the Eastern Realm. The despicable Ceres, with its moronic humans and mangy werewolves. My terrors, let us sally forth with sinister satisfaction, as we salivate for skullduggery."
Trogash thus rode upon Teragron as they sallied forth to corrupt or slay many of the other dinosaur clans. The two of them, along with the three terrors on their mutated Triceratops steeds, were truly terrifying. The four terrors intended to eradicate all lawful life on planet Eorth, and nothing
would stand in their way.